the Orlando Magic could be a serious threat in this Eastern Conference. So there's a lot to talk about with this Orlando Magic squad. It's a very young squad, very deep in my opinion. I like a lot of the things they got going on, but the first thing I want to talk about is the Desmond Bane trade.
Breaking news here on SportsCenter. Big trade in the NBA. It is not Kevin Durant. The Grizzlies are trading Desmond Bane to Orlando. Sources tell ESPN Shams Charania. In return, Memphis will get KCP, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Cole Anthony. 4 unprotected first-round picks, including this year's number 16 overall pick. Bane averaged 19 points this season. He's under contract 4 more years after signing a massive contract a couple of seasons ago.
So earlier this summer, at the beginning of the summer, the Magic did trade KCP, Cole Anthony, and 4 first-round picks for Desmond Bane, who I think he's somebody that really could improve this team because they did need three-point shooting a lot. He brings that to the table. I think Memphis is going to miss that because he was probably their best three-point shooter at times last year. One of their best players at times last year, too, with Jaren Jackson getting hurt so often. So I think he's really going to bring a lot to the table for this Orlando squad. I like the addition of him. I don't really like how they lose KCP in this deal. I think he was underrated for them last year. Yes, he wasn't the KCP that we know and love from Denver, but I think he was still solid for them, and I think he really could have picked it up this year. So that hurts to lose him. And the 4 first-round picks is kind of a lot for Desmond Bane, who's never been an all-star in his career. Who knows? Maybe this could be the year. I just don't think he's ever really going to be that all-star level player. So I wouldn't give up 4 first-round picks for him, but I guess it's still a good move for them. I like the Desmond Bane addition. I think he's going to be really good for them, and I think he's one of the reasons why this team could go over the top this year. He's coming off of a year in Memphis where he did play 69 games. He averaged 19.2 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists, which is a really good year for him. That was his best year of his career so far, unless you want to count the year before that where he averaged 23. But I think he was more efficient this year. He was better at driving, and I think he's going to be really good in Orlando. I think what he brings to the table is really going to help them. Next, I want to get into some of the other new additions to this roster, such as Tyus Jones and Jace Richardson, who's a rookie. I think both of them bring great shooting to this team. 2 more pieces that you need shooting on this team. Those are 2 guys I would want to get. Jace Richardson, I don't think he's going to get that much minutes out the gate, but I think he's going to be good in the long run. And Tyus Jones, I was thinking before free agency, he would be the perfect player for Orlando to sign. A playmaker that could space the floor very well, shooting 41% from 3 last year. Tyus Jones is a perfect fit in Orlando. I love that pickup for them. He's somebody that can come off the bench for you, help facilitate, help run an offense, and then he could also chuck up a few threes, and they're going to go in because he's a good shooter. So I'm not really too worried about it. I think he's going to be good for them off the bench this year. He can be a good mentor for Cole Anthony as well. Not Cole Anthony. Anthony Black, their player they drafted a few years ago. I think he can also be good in this league as long as he has a good mentor like Tyus Jones who could really show him and teach him how to space the floor better. Next, I want to get into who I think will be one of the best defenders on this team, definitely the best perimeter defender, one of my favorite players in the league, Jalen Suggs. I think he's going to be really good for them this year. I've seen the three-point shooting improve. I've seen the ball handle improve. I've seen the passing improve. I think he's going to be good as starting point guard for this team. I like what he brings for them, and I think he's going to be good. Same with Franz Wagner. I just think he needs to get his three-point shooting up, but him and Paolo, not the best fit next to each other, but they work. They're very similar players, though, but I think Franz will make his first all-star team this year. Him and Paolo are both going to be all-stars, in my opinion. I think this team is really going to scare a lot of people in the East, and they're going to be better than people think. Paolo's another player where he just signed this big extension over the summer. Got to prove that he's worth it, which I personally think he is. I think he's one of the best players in the NBA. I think he's going to be in the MVP conversation within the next few years. I think this is the year for him to really take that next step and take a leap and hopefully bring this team to like a top 3, top 4 seed. That would be great for him. He's coming off of a year where in only 46 games, he did average 25, 7, and 4, 45% from the field and 32% from 3, 72% from the line. And I honestly think that's a solid season for him. if he could just get those games played up more, and the efficiency definitely could be better. Hopefully the 3-ball can get better this year. Same with Franz. But I think he could really take a leap and take that next step this year to being one of the all-time greats. I definitely think looking back on it, he's going to be worth that extension. I also did want to mention, same with the Wizards, their rebrand, their new logo, and the new jerseys. I really like it, actually. I think it's going to be good. It's definitely going to be good. So my overall prediction for this team is I think we're looking at the 3rd seed in the East, and I think we could see them as a second round, maybe conference finals playoff exit. I think they're going to surprise a lot of people this year and be better than most people think. I'm going to say this team could even probably win somewhere around 56. If I'm going to say 56 games, they win. So let's see where they could take it this year.